We're going to be getting started here in just a few seconds, and we'll be right with you. Alright guys, welcome to the Late Night Hearth. Here we are.
Hey,
Alright, how you doing, guys?
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Whoa,
that was a clusterfuck of an intro.
Yo, hold on, wait. Somebody, fuck, dude, there's been a spider in here. Who hasn't fucking cleaned this place? What the hell?
It's Halloween, there's gonna be a spider.
That was so bad. I actually was planning on animating a spider. Right? I was planning on animating a spider, but the spider was too big for the web.
Cutting out, bro.
Eric, you forgot to switch networks.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
So,
Hi, Emma.
what I was saying... Hi, Emma.
Not Emma. That's
not
not Emma.
Emma.
Bruh, oh my god.
It says Emily. We're off to a great start. I was planning on animating a spider, but the spider was too big for the web. Like, it took up like 50% of the web, and I was like, this isn't a good idea. And then I was gonna animate a spider twirling down from the ceiling, and then I'm like, that'll be distracting. Like, if we have anything that's visual this podcast, and the spider just dangles down in front of the video from time to time, then yeah. So I decided not to. All right. Anyway, let's get right into things. How was your guys' week? Let's start with Ryan. How was your week, Ryan?
Alright. It was pretty good. Sucks that it rained all week.
I found that I had the best sleep possible because it was raining every night.
Congrats, you're not an insomniac anymore.
Oh no, I still fell asleep at like 3 a.m. But it was
Okay,
good
never
sleep.
mind, I retract my statement.
This motherfucker.
But I got to hang out, with you, Jason, and Brandon. Socially distanced in our cars.
We'll be on about that.
Minus the fact that
We're definitely talking about that.
Oh yeah. I'd just like to say that you ripped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I have a story, but So is there anything else you want to add, Ryan?
Working on some songs.
Nice. All right.
If you guys didn't know, these fools over here have a band called Feedback.
Heyo.
Don't
Go
listen to
follow us
our.
on Instagram.
We don't have any music out.
We don't
Not
have
yet.
any music out, but we do have an Instagram account.
I'm trying to convince them to do covers of like rock songs, like Back in Black, but Ryan says the solo's too hard.
What? Wait,
Look.
hold on.
Oh
What?
my god, bro. Come on.
Wait a minute.
Brandon, shut the fuck up.
That's literally what you told me. You were like, nah, fuck that. I can't get the solo. And I'm like,
It's a lot of.
I'm sitting over here.
It's not that I can't get the solo. There's a lot of bluesy solos. There are a lot of bluesy licks that happen all at once that it's kind of like hard to get the timing for me.
You think
Play with
you
the
want to
song.
talk about hard timing in that song? I'm the drummer. Do you know how many times I have to switch between regular like 2 and 4?
I'm the
and
drummer covering an AC/DC song. It's the same fucking beat over and over again.
It's not. The fills are different.
Oh, the fills are different.
The fills are different. I don't know. How about you fill like 500 times in a row?
Dude, let's be real. The only fill I would be able to get.
It's actually
properly,
it's a super easy fill though.
If I were to play drums, the only fill I'd probably get down is In the Air Tonight, and I probably wouldn't even get that right.
Yeah, I know that
I'm
one.
sure Ryan would just have difficulty playing drums in general because he has bad rhythm.
I taught.
Exactly.
Speaking of playing drums in the beginning or whatever, I taught Jay how to play drums right-handed. He's a lefty, by the way. I taught Jay how to play right-handed in 1 day.
Yeah.
Within like 30 minutes, and he had like the 2 and 4 down. 2 and 4, 1 and 3 type shit. Anyway, we're gonna move on here. Tony, how was your week?
Good, but I have a comment. Rhythm is like penises. You either have them or you don't.
No.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let me make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't. That's a fallacy, I'm in them. Every snare.
And before we get DMCA.
Oh my god, I know what that is and I hate it.
Anywho, my week, honestly, it's kind of been, I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty pretty stressful. Mainly because of this one paper that I'm writing. I had a mental breakdown on this.
We're not going to talk about the topic of the paper.
Yeah, we're not talking about the
But-
paper. If you're more intrigued.
But it is an overly politically biased class, is all you guys have to know.
Yes, and we're not gonna talk about politics, but if you want to know a little bit more, just DM me. I'll be happy to rant on it about it. A little bit.
You can,
If
you
you
know,
have any
you know,
way of DMing Tony.
you know how you can DM Tony, is join the Discord. The link is on, or the code is on the screen right now, and you can
Do that.
Please.
you can spam him in our Discord to DM
We're all a
him.
happy family here. Why don't you go ahead and join us?
Yeah,
That was so intimidating. That was like so like.
It's like you have a gun up to their head.
Hey.
We're at. That sounded like an invitation to the Addams family. We're all happy here. Why don't you join us? Like, what the hell?
Brandon's just like, join the Discord, you little shits. We're all a big happy family.
God.
It's
Yeah.
like that one angry neighbor down the street.
Sorry, chat. If I was a little loud, I just adjusted my volume. So at least the Addams family is friendly. Yeah. We're all just huge douches to each other.
Friendly.
I try not to be because I'm
At least
friendly.
most of us.
Anyway.
Speaking of douches, we have another douche on the podcast that hasn't been on here before.
The pad
Oh,
calls.
The Padcast.
Is
It's Karmar. Karmar, say hello.
Hi. Please
His
don't
real
know
name is
I'm
Dom.
sad.
His real name's
No.
Dom.
Karmar, aka Coochie Man on Discord.
Hello.
Whole
I have,
list.
He also-
please,
he
someone
also
clip this.
works-
I was constructed dissimilarly. Don't. No, I work at an undisclosed fast food
He also
location.
works at an undisclosed fast food
No.
restaurant. Some animes might represent them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. that
Have
one,
you guys ever
reference as
watched
well.
Devil is a Part-Timer?
Oh
Yes,
my-
that one. Yes.
Dude,
As long as I don't say the name, I'm fine.
so here's
Some-
the thing. I actually was trying to watch that at some point, but I think
It's so good. It's
looks
so
good.
I love
think
Devil is a
I got through, like, the
Part-Timer.
first couple episodes, but then I just stopped watching it for no
Dude.
reason.
Devil is a Part-Timer is so funny. It like has like
All
it
the
has
anime
like
jokes.
it has all no, it's not even the anime jokes. They
Sure.
have all the jokes of what a reverse isekai would look like. Devil gets dropped into a world. He looks like him and his friend look like two cosplayers. So the cops come up to him and they're like, "Hey, stop there!" And the devil's like, "Ha ha ha! Don't worry, magic bullshit." Whatever he says, magic bullshit.
Powers.
And then
Random
and
bullshit,
then
go.
it cuts to them being in the police office.
I forgot about that.
Also, the ship between the hero and the devil is really cute. I love it. Anyway, let's get back to Tony's week.
kind of beat.
Yeah. She does have a tsundere, but the tsundere like slowly turns over. You know what I mean? Like she warms up. It's not like she.
Does Toradora do that?
What?
Does Toradora do that?
Yes, it does. I haven't watched Toradora, but I do know it does that.
Oh, sweet. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my watch list.
Hold on. Tsunderes are much like Pillsbury Doughboys. They're hard at first, hard and frozen, cold as fuck. But once you put them in the oven, they heat up and get soft. They warm up.
Don't put women in the oven.
Don't put women in the oven. Don't do that. I was about to make a
Alright.
really bad joke, but we're gonna move on.
But I guess in terms
I was
of
gonna
like,
say I was actually gonna say I'm like, well, once you put something in the oven, they start warming.
I'm glad you cut out there.
Yeah, I did cut out on stream though. Kichi cursed that. That's right. Yeah,
fuck.
Kichi cursed that. I don't think I
you're
could
gonna
even
get
fit
that
in an oven.
That deserves a Kichi curse.
You want to bet?
Oh my god! Don't make a bet with Tony, dude.
No.
The amount
Never make a bet with
he
Tony.
fit an entire pizza into a toaster oven. I'm sure he'll figure out a way to fit you in a regular oven.
Dude, the pizza was literally the perfect size for it.
That's what he
It was
says.
small pizza.
That's what he says.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Tony.
That's what he says now, but he folded it in half.
he made
No.
Standard
he
East
made a
Coaster.
taco pizza.
It's a
Tony.
calzone. It's technically a calzone.
Yeah, that would be a calzone. Tony, continue. How was the rest of your week?
Dude, I'm literally gonna be for real. I've done nothing but worry about final projects that are coming up, try to finish this fucking bullshit paper, do Inktober stuff, eat. I literally ate pizza for 3 nights in a row for dinner.
Oh no!
And then
how
fucking
horrible.
play games a little bit and fall asleep.
Oh, how
Calzone
horrible.
pizza.
I
Horrible
pity thee,
pizza
Tony.
3 nights in a row.
I shed a tear for thee. You had
Imagine
to-
accidentally welding your skin. Ah, no, pizza.
Wait. Okay, the next person we have to move to is Karmar. How did you weld your skin?
All
Yes.
right, so my week. Why?
So,
Why
so-
always
Okay, so-
me?
He's just in pain tonight.
Yeah, apparently.
No, I just hit my hand in my vice grip that I have on my desk.
Smooth.
what is
Don't
Wait,
ask why I have a vice
do you
grip
have
on
a
my desk.
why do you have a vice grip on your desk?
I
torture.
Oh my
that's,
god.
that's the secondary reason, but the primary reason is that I was taking apart one of my airsoft guns to fix it.
Okay. Alright.
Again, cock and ball torture.
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
secondary
yeah.
part.
Eric, look in chat.
Oh, by the way, guys,
Oh my god.
that's the
New
new
emote.
that's the new emote.
Wait, how the fuck did yours get approved so quickly? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Mine
it got
took 3
approved.
months.
It got approved in like 1 day.
Dude, it took like so fucking long to get approved. What the
Maybe-
fuck?
Maybe
It took mine 3 months. No,
Maybe-
it took mine like a month, and then I couldn't even fucking use them because Twitch fucked up giving me a tier 3 subscription to my
Calm
to my
down,
own
Todd.
fucking channel.
calm down.
Okay.
Maybe
Tony's triggered.
Ooh.
maybe there's a chance that it's because maybe there's an off chance that it's from an already known emote artist? Question mark?
Jane Beham.
Peach does emote commissions. Like that's her main thing. So
I mean,
maybe they saw it and was like, "Oh, it's this girl's style," and then
I don't
moved
think
on
they
to the
take
next
that
one.
into account usually.
No? Okay.
Anyway,
I don't think they
this-
have.
this emote was made by Kelly, who's been
What?
on the podcast in the past before.
Yes.
and it
Kelly's
is- it is
awesome.
Amazing.
Kelly is awesome. Kelly's amazing.
I was gonna
Kelly's
say,
amazing.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh
I'm pretty
no!
sure- I was gonna
No!
I was gonna
What?
say, I'm pretty sure Twitch is too dumb to fucking take emo artists into account when verifying stuff.
Okay.
Hey, Twitch, so we're kidding, right?
Yeah, Twitch, I love you.
I love
Tony,
you.
shut the fuck
you
up.
love me. We are all a family.
And there's the DMCA.
Big great big hug and a kiss from me to you.
Wait.
Said I know that.
Speaking of Barney, do you guys remember when Barney was fired for being drunk on
What?
live television?
What? You got fired for being drunk on set?
He got
That's
he
amazing.
was drunk on set and then apparently he had a gun.
What?
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Barney!
What?
And started
Oh,
shooting
amazing.
people.
My childhood melting away!
I
No.
love this.
That's gotta be a joke, dude.
Dude, I heard that in middle school. That's
I'm gonna look,
and
I'm
I
looking
look
this up.
okay, look up drunk Barney with gun gets fired.
Drunk Barney. Drunk Barbie cake. What?
Barney's got a gun.
Barney gets with gun gets fired. Fine. All right. No.
Anywho, back to Karma. How
No.
the
Yeah.
fuck did you weld your skin?
Oh, so all right. So it all started Monday when I woke up alive.
Alive. Whoa. Guys, just to let you know he was alive earlier this week. Didn't know if you knew that because
Yeah.
it
yeah.
could be a spooky ghost communicating through Discord.
Yeah, it's me, spooky ghost man. Ooh.
Sounds like most of our fucking Among Us gameplay.
All right. So
Where-
it started with
where-
Go check
that
those out.
that sounds like if Coleman were to start streaming Among Us with us.
Yeah, it'd just be me and him shit talking everyone else as ghosts.
No. Yeah. Because Coleman is always a ghost.
Colin's just a shitter when he's the imposter.
It's amazing.
He follows people around as imposter closing doors.
Oh,
Exactly. He goes for the most obvious.
yeah.
to-
Yeah. Anyway, back to
Anyway,
welding
so-
our skin. How do you do it, and why shouldn't we do it?
All right, so it was Monday,
That's what
right?
you
And I had to
started to
work
say.
that day. So, I was working, pulling the fries out of the fry vat like I do when I work at my undisclosed fast food location.
I
I
love
pull the
that. I
fries
love
out
that
a
food.
little too hard. I pull the fries out a little too hard, and I get half my arm drenched in hot grease. And I just rub it off like, Jesus fucking Christ, God, it burns.
Oh,
And get
that's
right
my
and get
worst
right
fucking
back to
fear.
work. And get right back to work because I'm getting paid not enough for this job.
Wait, why would you get right back to work?
Because
you're
I
not
don't
getting-
care.
Okay,
Because I actually like working where I work. All right.
that's
Because
fair.
I meet interesting people.
Yeah.
Then Tuesday rolls around. I'm at school because I go to the special thing that goes to my school, and I'm machining out a project, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the second day when I go to pull one of the chips off friggin' drill, I
Yeah.
cut the tip of my finger open because I grabbed it wrong.
You know
This
what
is just pain.
Yeah.
It is pain.
You know what that reminds me of? I took a metalsmithing and jewelry class in my junior year of high school at the local community college. And I was really tired one night, and the classes would be 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. It'd be
What
a
the
really long
fuck?
class. So
Jesus
I was really tired one night, and I was annealing a piece of metal. I was sitting there, and I was
no!
annealing a piece of metal, and I'm looking at it. It's red
Are you
hot.
sure?
It's the dull red it should be. When you anneal.
Annealing or tempering?
Annealing.
All right.
So I'm annealing a piece of metal, right? And it's the red hot that it gets, the dull red color. I put the welder down, I look at it, and I pick it up
With your bare hands.
with my bare hands.
You're
And I hear and I hear tss. And I look at it, I drop it, I look at my fingers, and it is just seared marks like a grilled steak. I couldn't even feel the burn. So I was just like,
Yes,
You're
because
Oh, it was
actually
that bad?
fucking
yeah, no, I couldn't
Oh.
feel it. So I was
yeah,
like,
it's horrible
hey,
on Eric's fried fingers.
yeah, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go wash this and take care of it because I knew how to dress wounds. So I went, took care of it, dressed it, and I came back and I kept doing my thing. But it was crazy. I was just too tired to care. So.
All right.
I mean, I burnt my fingers all the time on soldering irons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway,
that
back to
hurt so
welding our
much.
skin.
All right. Then I think it was Wednesday comes around. I'm finishing up my project that I was working on, the manual mill. Everything surprisingly goes fine that day.
Ah.
Then Thursday comes around.
Yeah.
I finished every single project that we've had due to that point, and I'm just sitting there bored out of my mind. That was Thursday because it was just terrible. Then comes today.
Oh.
Today is where it happens.
Oh.
Since I have
God.
something stupid like extended time, I get an extra 45 minutes at the end of the class. I asked the teacher, "Hey, Mr. J, let me go on the fucking welder."
Oh,
goes,
by the way,
"All right."
I know.
Jason
I see
is
it.
in member lounge.
I see it.
Do you really want to bring
No.
him in?
No, not right now. Let him finish his damn story.
All right, so I'm going at the welder. He teaches me how to use the fucking welder. Right, turn on the gas. I don't know which kind of welding it was. I think it was MIG or TIG. I know that. Then I'm going through putting straight lines on this hunk of steel that I have. Granted, I'm wearing welding gloves, but these are old ass welding gloves. And I accidentally move it onto my finger.
Ah. Big brain.
There is a giant sear mark on the top digit of my left index finger. And it hurts.
This was a big brain maneuver.
Yeah, and I can usually galaxy brain people in Among Us. This was galaxy brain moment.
I
And
swear,
that's how I welded myself.
You keep going in and out, by the way.
It's because I have my mic sense real low.
You probably should.
Why?
Because I don't want you guys hearing me going in for a chip, crunching my bag.
Why
Fair
are you
enough.
extra now?
I mean, I'd rather cut in and out and have to repeat myself than you guys have to deal with me going
Guess what? Eric has to
After I
do it
can't
all
hear
the
that.
time. So what else
Oh
is new?
my god.
I
Alright.
just forgot you can't hear that.
Alright. Alright.
I also burned myself today at work.
Oh my god. Anyway, we're gonna
Let me drag Jay in real quick.
yeah, drag Jay in.
Hey Jay.
Hello,
Hey, Jay.
Jay.
Jay,
What's
welcome.
up, Jason?
Jason, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Jason Voorhees.
Alright.
Okay.
Brandon, how was your week?
My
Oh,
week
yeah.
was pretty good,
Yeah?
I have to say. Pretty boring for the most part.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Holy shit!
Yeah, we can. dude.
Are you speaking through a tin can?
It's Lars' snare.
All I heard was doo-doo-doo. Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Jesus
He
fucking Christ.
deafened himself.
He's ashamed.
Wait. Comer, I'm gonna DM you something real quick.
Oh,
Hey guys.
Hey, oh
Hey,
my
guys.
god. I love your
Jesus
tin
fucking
can. Your tin can's amazing.
Is that the tinfoil hat?
Comer, what is your
You
it's-
sound good. You just like sound like your
just go
game's way too
go
high.
into moderator and hit his name.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Jason.
Can you
Jason, you're very oh my fucking god, Jason, you're
It's-
very
it sound-
distorted right now.
It sounds like you're
That's
deep
better?
throating your mic.
That's better. Yeah, that's much better.
Sorry.
Anyways, my day, my week.
Wait,
rather.
forget about your week. I got something to tell you.
No, what the fuck?
Oh
That's
my
rude.
god. Jay, what the fuck?
Brandon,
I
go
have some
on.
great news to tell you all.
What's
Okay.
that?
Is your game done?
Oh, not that. That's close. But I created a dedicated server for BO2.
Oh, dude, that's nuts.
Nice. Poggers.
Nice.
I'm definitely gonna play
Have our own
Sunday. I'm
lobby
definitely gonna
and
play
shit.
Sunday.
What
Yeah,
are you
me
talking
too.
about? I wasn't paying attention.
So my man's Jay has
Okay.
has made a dedicated BO2 server, Black Ops 2.
Ooh, Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
So we can all play multiplayer someday.
Apparently, I'm expecting a flash drive at my front door, which is not suspicious at all.
That's
I
super sus.
mean, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later about it. But
It should be a
That is
flash
sus.
drive labeled definitely not a virus.
Definitely not
Definitely not an install fucking USB stick for Mac OS.
it's gonna
Well,
say
let's all talk about the
oh,
how many times Jason's tried to troll us into
It's
like
gonna
doing some
say it's a-
stupid shit to our
it's
computer.
gonna say it's a virus because I made the script. So it's gonna like.
You know what? You know what, Jay? I have the tools to check what's in that script, so I think we're good.
The amount of times that whatchamacallit, that I've been told by Jay, your computer may think this is a virus. All you have to do is turn on your antivirus software to download this. I
Yeah.
would be a rich motherfucker.
I know. Like I would be a billionaire, I think. I'd be God. The amount of times. Oh, when installed, don't worry about it. It's gonna activate your security system. Just disable it. It's fine.
Anyway, my
To
week.
his credit, all this stuff worked.
That's fair. Yeah.
But then my security system was like, nah, this is a virus now, and then like took it away. Like
Yeah. My
like
security
one
system.
time, like we were trying to wait. Can I talk about this on stream?
Brandon, no
What's it-
webcams.
Wait, that's not
You let
Brandon.
me
That's a
talk about
ghost.
my day.
Oh my gosh, it's Sans.
Sans.
Sans Undertale. It's
Sans-
Sans Undertale.
Oh my
That's what
god, Sans Undertale?
Tell us
Sans
about your week,
Undertale?
Sans.
Is that Sans Undertale?
Did you murder Friska the third time?
Hold on.
Okay,
Go,
Snans.
go ahead. Tell us about your week, mate.
Okay. It was pretty decent. You know, I got some like stuff done with school, and then these guys wanted to go to Chick-fil-A all of a sudden, and that was weird.
Chick-fil-A's awesome.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
They
is
wanted to go
awesome.
to Chick-fil-A because like I believe like
saw-
Ryan wanted to do it because they had like the free.
I actually
I-
genuinely just wanted to hang out with you guys.
I saw
I did too.
I saw a Chick-fil-A tweet. Speaking of Chick-fil-A, I saw a Chick-fil-A tweet, and it was back when the Super Bowl was a thing. They're like,
Back in the before times.
Yeah, before times. It said, we will be closed on Super Bowl Sunday, per usual, no exceptions, right? And then Burger King responds. Burger
That was
King.
Popeyes.
No. That was Chick-fil-A. And then
It was Chick-fil-A, then Popeye responded.
No, it's Burger King
Shut up.
who responded. Shut the fuck up. Burger King responded with, will be opened on Super Bowl Sunday as usual. And Chick-fil-A responded with, you act like anyone cares that you're open on Sundays.
Oh my god.
Dude, I remember, like, I love seeing these fast food chains bicker on social media. Like,
Dude,
Twitter.
Wendy's is the best.
Wendy's-
I love Wendy's. I love Smug Wendy's. Wendy's was my
hold on.
favorite anime
This is
meme.
exactly why I worked for that company. Because their stuff is great, and their meme and their fucking social media platform is even better than their food.
Dude.
And of
Smug
course I'm
Wendy's is hands down my favorite anime girl, and she's not even from an anime.
Smug Wendy is the best.
Yes. Wendy Thomas.
All right, so
Thomas is the best waifu.
Oh, you hear Corner Bakery's opening?
yeah, you told me that some guy bought it for $4 billion or
A
something.
guy named
What?
Jason. That's totally not the guy in this podcast.
He's from PA too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Jay's
I don't
lying to us. I think Jay was sitting on a stack of cash.
No, no.
Bought
No,
Corner
Stack of Cash,
Baker.
you're not telling us?
Let's be real. Jason has that money to revive Oasis if he wanted to.
Not from one.
God.
Do it though.
Oasis is done, man.
Anyway, so
All
after
right, yeah.
that,
Back to Brandon's week.
after that, I mean, I had to like kind of plan my day around both meeting you guys and meeting with my academic advisor and my class, and it all worked out pretty well. But
Yeah, I remember when we were sitting in individual cars. We were doing social distance, whatever. And I remember when Brandon was like, "Oh, just give me a second," and he went and met with his advisor in his car, right?
yeah,
No, this is when we were at the record store. He
Oh, that's right.
booked it
yeah.
out. Booked it out at the store after
yeah.
he paid for the record. He literally booked it. He's like,
He's like, I gotta go. I gotta.
yeah.
we're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude,
Yeah,
I got a
fucking
new record, by the way. I got for those who are interested in my music taste, I got a new Gorillaz record.
You keep cutting out, mate.
got
It was a
For you-
Gorillaz album.
For you, but not for
Stream
stream.
made it from you.
So
Stream? What's it say?
it's a Discord problem. So I said I got a new Gorillaz album, and it's Song Machine. It's the special vinyl, special orange vinyl, whatever. Song Machine has songs on it that reminds me of a combination of like old Gorillaz, like Clint Eastwood Gorillaz, and like mid Gorillaz, like
Wait, did Gorillaz release a new album?
yes, they did Song Machine.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. Was it
Yeah,
part,
yeah.
Was this part 5 technically in the story? Is it part 5?
beats me, dude.
Last time I checked,
I
know.
know what the overarching arc of the story is, but I don't
Please
I don't know.
Explain it on stream.
So what did
Oh.
everyone else get?
Yeah. I was gonna.
You and
explain
Eric were the only ones that
yeah,
bought something.
I was gonna explain the overarching story of Gorillaz in like 2
Please.
sentences. So
Please.
Murdoch is a Satanist who gets the rest of the band possessed and then gets thrown out of the band, it seems like, or puts in prison or whatever. And then the band is under the control of the demons, and yeah. And then
Wait, Murdoch's the green guy, right?
Yeah,
I get
Murdoch's the green
Murdoch
guy,
and, I get Murdoch and the main guy mixed up.
2D is the main guy.
Yes, 2D.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Noodle. I thought
Noodle is the guitarist, yeah.
I got
Noodle's my waifu.
an album by Death called Scream Bloody Gore.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Halloween. It sounds like the Wilhelm scream effect, just played on loop to me.
Yep.
Alexa, play the Wilhelm scream.
That's death.
No, it's for me, Death is a lot more melodic and a lot like better, especially their later stuff like Sounds of Perseverance and Symbolic.
That
Those are
song
really
title
good albums.
sounds a little too too familiar to me.
Sounds of Perseverance.
Yeah.
I can imagine why.
Yeah.
I can't.
Songs like
imagine why.
freaking Spirit Crusher.
No. The title of the song sounds very familiar.
That's not a song; it's a
Brandon.
whole album called "The Sounds of
Oh, okay.
Perseverance."
I was gonna say, if that's a
Spirit
song track,
Crusher, The Flesh and the Power It Holds.
can I point
I
something
don't.
out? You want to know how Brandon got his hands on that record? I'm like shifting through the records, and I'm like, oh look, it's a Death record. Yo, Brandon, and I show him, and he just like shuffles over to me. He's like, I'm holding on to this, and I'm buying this.
Yeah. I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna.
that's kind of how it was, and it's like really cool, like vinyl. It's like blood splatter,
Yeah, I
a
saw
little
it.
bit of
Then he tried to put it in a
white
CD
and
port in
blue.
his car like a dumbass.
Yeah, he tried to
No,
put
that
it in a
was a
CD.
joke. That was a joke.
He
That was a joke.
fucking took the huge ass record and tried shoving it into the small CD.
But it
You
did have a
can't do it,
download.
This wouldn't work.
It did have a download card on it though.
Yeah, every record comes with one.
Not
Not
every.
every
That's
record.
bullshit, Ryan. You just made
Well,
If I
such a
go to the
huge.
record store and buy a record that was
talking-
like
I'm
printed
talking,
in 1975, it's not gonna have a download card on it.
Yeah,
Well,
let
oh,
me
shit,
let
sure.
me
What I'm
quickly
saying-
let me get
Shut
a
the
Buddy
fuck up.
Rich record.
What
Let
I'm
me get a
talking about
Buddy
is-
Rich record with a
Guys,
download card.
I mean, every record that comes out as of lately, like if
No,
it's a
that's-
remastered record,
That's not true.
Let me
also.
pick up an
records
indie
printed.
record. Indie records mostly don't have them. They can't afford them.
I've had plenty of records that don't have download cards in them. All my Iron Maiden records don't.
As I said, indies don't. They can't afford them.
As a non-record guy, records are printed.
Yes, they're printed
Yes.
on vinyl.
they're the
Nice.
big black discs.
They're more.
I know what a record is. That is why. How are they
So-
made?
So they're made. How are they made? They're like stamp pressed, aren't they?
How it's
Yeah,
made.
I think they're like stamp pressed with their. I
With
think what
yeah.
the long and short of it is
Alright.
that there's a bunch of vinyl pellets that are stamp pressed
Vinyl plates.
into
together.
shape, and then they're like pressed into shape, and then they're stamp pressed with the grooves.
There's also
which
the
contain
old
song
way.
information.
There's also the old way of making records, which was to
By
kind of by hand. It was never truly by hand, by the way.
no.
So the old way of making records is that you would set up a record machine with the horn or with a microphone attached, and the needle would press in as you spoke into it, but you would put a wax record on there. And then you would
Yeah.
make a mold of the wax record, melt out the wax, and then pour in the vinyl. So,
Or in the vinyl.
the
tip
19
of the wax.
In the 1920s, it was a wax cylinder that you had to like speak
I actually have
directly
those.
into a giant.
yeah, I have them in my house.
Oh,
Yeah, but have
nice.
you seen what they had to record with?
Yeah.
Why? They should have just done digital, dude.
In
Man, they should
1920,
have
Come
just
on.
gone. They should have used the internet,
in
man.
1920, they should have done it digital.
They should have just bought a Shure mic and used that.
Forget about analog.
Just use an SM57, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
Man, you
In
should use this
1920, they should have just been using
NW800.
Reaper.
1920, they should have used Android tablets as a clock.
No, they need to fucking use alarm clocks like Ryan has. The fucking massive tablet.
That's
my
right.
God.
Me
Me
and the boys over here.
DeLorean. Hold on, Eric. Let's go rob a store, get the fucking DeLorean, bring a bunch of iPads back to 1920, be like, hey, you guys have to go work in the factory, but don't worry, you'll be up on time. We get these new fucking alarm clocks you can use that are like brighter than the sun, so you can
Oh my God.
slap it when the sun wake up. Oh great! Oh golly, good joy! Let's go fucking work at the factory,
Oh my God.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Oh,
guys,
wait,
God.
I
destroy
saw-
the space time continuum with that shit.
I saw a tweet. It was what did people do before alarm clocks when they went to bed? Hope I wake up on time in the morning for work. Like what the fuck?
No, alarm clocks were a thing before phones.
No shit. I'm
They're
saying
obviously-
before alarm clocks existed. Obviously they woke up with the sun.
I think before alarm clocks existed, people were just like, I'll get up when the sun rises.
Yeah. It was you would
Yeah,
get
that's
up with the
how it
sun and
works.
I think
wait.
people's-
What
I
about
think-
night
hold
shift
on.
people?
Dude, I think
Oh, yeah,
people's-
night shift
I think
people.
people's sleep schedules were a lot more sane back then.
I
Well,
love how
okay.
Jason
No,
just
no, no, hold on.
casually dipped out.
Hold on.
He'll
Let
be
me.
right back.
I wanna tell you what the sleep schedule of a natural human being was. It was you would wake up with sunrise. You would take an afternoon nap. You would go to sleep with sundown. You would wake up around 3 a.m. For about 2 hours. You fall back asleep.
Aha.
And
And
they would be well rested.
Yeah, because you would have you would basically sleep in 3 segments instead of one huge segment.
Did we just evolve or
Weird.
adapt to become
We
like
we
this?
we adapted
We
to
devolved
society.
into insomniacs.
No, we adapted to society to perform.
We live in
more
a
often.
society.
The funny part is we're
I hate
actually
it.
more efficient if we did that system, right? Because the human mind gets slower and slower throughout the day without the actual sleep schedule. So we're actually more efficient if we were to just work in 2 separate segments instead of one huge segment. But it's easier to schedule if you work in one huge segment.
We suffer for others' conveniences.
Yes. Especially in the fast food and retail industries.
Mm-hmm.
And graphic arts
So-
industries.
Yes.
Because sometimes we fucking stay up like hours on end finishing stuff. Because
Imagine.
we have deadlines.
You guys want to talk about horror movies?
Sure, why not?
Casey's not here.
No. I guess we could, but that has nothing
Hold on,
to
wait,
do with
I
anything.
completely forgot. I applied for a job this week for
Oh, look at that.
graphic design.
So did I.
Let's hope you get it.
Nice. Yay.
Yeah,
I applied
Brandon's
for
becoming a
job
graphic designer, guys.
No. I
Yes.
applied for a dead end job at a hardware store.
Let's hope you get the job.
Yeah.
What do you mean hardware? Are we talking computers?
No.
No.
No,
Or
we're talking about like tools.
We're talking about
Hardware.
Ace is the place with the friendly hardware,
Hardware.
folks.
Not Ace Hardware. It's
It's
Should I
not Ace,
say
but
where-
that's the type of hardware it is.
should
No,
I even say where it is?
no, you shouldn't, because it
No.
includes the name.
I'll
of our
DM
town.
you what it is.
No, I
We
know
know
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
We were there when
most
you
company-
applied for the job. We just don't
Okay.
want you to say the town name because we live in that
And
town.
the funny thing is, I might not even like take it up, because I'm still because they still want me for like the other job that I'm working.
Bro,
Um,
hardware stores are epic though.
They are
um,
epic.
They have tools.
For those who don't know from the other podcasts talked about how I was working for this company for people with developmental disabilities.
Yeah.
And I was working for those people. I was used to during the summer when we started this podcast. I was with the recreation center, and that was a really fun job.
The
Oh.
development of the joke people are stupid.
Exactly.
Speaking of that genre of topic,
I'm
can I
not
say this
finished.
real quick, Brandon?
I'm not finished.
You're
Sorry.
finished?
Okay,
Sorry?
I'm not finished.
Are you finished? What?
No.
No, he's not.
God,
Okay,
that's
sorry.
not
So
fun.
I was working with that. That was really fun. And then, right when school started to start around here, I was kind of asked to, whenever I had time off, work at the little school that they had, and just kind of like be there, just be a sort of like a pseudo teacher's assistant / like guy who just helps around, you
Mhm.
know. Anyway, that was a huge mistake.
Why was
um,
that a huge mistake?
Well, because when I was doing my other job, you were like having fun. You had like downtime where everyone was in the office. You were just kind of having, just having, shooting the shit, planning things around, and just kind of having fun. But
Yeah.
in here, you're just sitting around like when you're like in a school with all these kids, you're like sitting in the middle of chaos. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I feel that. As someone who worked as a counselor and at a daycare for like a very short period of time at like at the Y for like volunteer hours, it was it's fucking insane.
I mean, I'm not gonna say exactly what was going on because I'm not even sure where the line is anymore
Okay.
with whether or not people will be offended by me talking about disabilities and mental health.
Yep, because everyone's a fucking snowflake and they need to learn the fucking toughen up.
Speaking
And
of,
stop being so sensitive.
speaking
Anyway,
But
of,
it's like people just not listening when they're like, tell them to sit down. people are just like going off tangents and not focusing on class and just stuff like that. And these are not just like kids that are just like and going from an environment from like I'm in a university, so everyone just like pays attention if they want to like survive the class, and going from that to like one of the most stressful situations in the world. I thought the blood pressure levels were going to kill me, to be honest.
Dude.
So I
That's
am
crazy.
so as of today, I am no longer doing that job.
Yeah, I can see why. All right.
So
So
and then although the reason why I might not take up the hardware job store is because people still want me to work like security
Mhm.
gates, even though they're not taking temperatures like outside because of the weather. They're moving that sort of like into buildings.
Okay.
But yeah, they still kind of want me around for that, and all I gotta do is sit my ass in a booth all day. So that's pretty
Well,
Yeah. All right.
pretty easy job.
So we're gonna get back to conversation in just a few minutes. We'll be right back, and we'll be talking about more stuff, and then we're gonna get into a creepypasta. All right.
Read by
All right. Welcome back, guys.
welcome back, boys.
Welcome back.
Holy fuck, Brandon just ear raped all of us.
Well,
To
luckily they
bring
didn't.
the
Yeah. Karmar wanted to bring something up from last.
yeah, to bring the podcast to a more lighter note, because we were talking about
Delicate.
Drunk.
I can't
Delicate.
the short and sweet of it is people on the spectrum, because
I left for 1 fucking minute, and I have somehow passed my stroke curse to someone else.
Tony,
Yeah.
you've been doing that all fucking month. I don't want to fucking hear it.
All
Alright.
right. So to bring it to a lighter note, we at the place where I accidentally welded myself print out a lot of things like 3D print stuff for people like that. You know.
Oh.
Print out things like we print out like hearts, triangles, and other shapes that have like things like want, more, different, generic words that are used all the time. And we donate them to facilities like that,
Yeah.
Just
Chat
just
says,
wanted to
say it
lighten the
with
mood.
me. Delicate. You spelled delicate wrong, by the way.
Developmental. There we go. I wanted to say that word.
Developmental. Okay.
How the fuck?
Developmental.
Like,
Della.
what?
You also misspelled it, Tony.
I hate that I can't say certain words without having to say them like super slowly. I can't say it slowly.
Delva? Delva.
Developmental.
Developmental. There you go.
Developmental.
It's DEV, not DEL. DEV. Say developer.
Developer.
Developmental.
Development.
So,
you know what? I think Karmar is a little developmental.
So
True, I'm probably on the scale.
That's
Probably
fair.
a little bit on there.
So hold up, I'm gonna bring up a reference to my old roommate.
Please.
So basically, he has this thing called dyscalculia.
Oh yeah. The numbers
What
get
is that?
switched
I
around.
like how-
It's
And-
dyslexia, but for
no,
numbers.
No, he literally
Oh.
couldn't. No, he couldn't do math without like a certain method. So he was all right with me asking it and laughing about it. And I swear you not, it was the funniest stuff. So it was like we asked him like 7 times 8, and he had like the hardest time doing that. Which I
You
found it
fucking
pretty
kidding
funny.
me?
Yeah, no, but he knows what it is, but it just in his brain he can't do it like he
Can't
can't do
process
mental
it
math.
correctly.
Yeah, it's he can't do mental math.
Got
Oh
it.
no.
Wait, how the
It-
fuck?
it-
do
it
mental
was
math.
pretty-
How would you do 7 times 8 in your head? You memorize the single digits, don't you?
Yeah, but you can also do
You
8
could
times
do-
8 and then minus 8.
That's true. So like 64
Yeah.
minus 8.
Or
The
48.
reason why I know 8 times 8 is because of fucking Minecraft.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
8. I know
everyone
8 times
was-
8 because of fucking binary.
Aren't you cool?
0 to the power of 2 is 0.
I
1 to
don't
the
give
power
a
of
fuck.
0 is 2. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 3 to the power of 2 is 8. Wait.
Can I go on a
No,
little
6.
rant about polynomials and quadratics
Okay.
right quick?
Put an F in
I
chat if
fucking
you think
hate
you
that
give a
stuff.
fuck about.
Wait, no.
Fine.
It's
Binary.
other way around. It's 0 to the power of 2. Or it's 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 5. I think that's how it
We
goes.
should have a new segment called Hearth Does Math.
Oh yeah, just do a clip. Just do a clip montage of Hearth Does Math. I know which one will be on there. Brandon trolls us. What is the quadratic bullshit calculus formula of, what was it? It was x plus
What is
1
the-
squared plus y
What is
times
the indefinite
x
integral?
plus...
What is the indefinite
What is the
integral
quadratic
of
formula?
X squared plus 4x plus
Jason Member
2?
Lounge, I'll get him.
What is the quadratic formula? Jason,
welcome back.
So it is negative. It is negative.
Negative b plus or minus
No,
the square
shut
root
up.
of 4ac.
Shut up,
b
I was
squared
saying it already, you
4ac
cunt.
over 2a.
I was literally going to fucking say it, and then you're like, "Nope, I'm interrupting you, cunt."
You little shit.
Now, what is
Yeah.
the derivative of x
Cuntmar.
squared plus 1?
I am only in algebra 2.
Cuntmar.
Cunt Mark.
You guys got to answer that?
No.
I didn't hear you.
Derivative of x squared plus 1.
I'm only in algebra 2,
The answer is
man.
go
I have
fuck
no
yourself.
Exactly.
The
It's a
answer's-
very easy one. I already know the answer.
Okay,
don't
what
fucking
is it,
know
Mr.
it.
Calculus?
2x.
Whoa. Alright, cool.
Wait,
Anyway,
Jay,
moving on.
Moving on.
Jay, wait, we can't hear Jay.
You guys hear me?
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah,
He's not
good.
swallowing the microphone anymore. That's crazy.
He's not using a tin can.
I'm sorry.
Nor
He's
is the
not-
mic wearing a tinfoil hat.
I can
It's not.
barely hear
He's
him
no
now.
longer Lars's snare in Saint
Am I
Anger.
loud?
No, you were quiet now, but I just adjusted your volume.
I don't know. I'm gonna turn my gain up if I'm too.
No. You're fine.
No. I'm just. Is that better?
That's better. Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes.
Yes.
Now that the rain is gone.
Wait, now am I too loud now?
No, you're fine.
Jason,
Alright.
stop adjusting. You're fine.
When I switch to Windows, it's fucking loud. But when I switch to Linux, it's
Get
not
that.
loud. It's
Just fucking
it's,
stay
You're
on
fine.
drive. Stop
I'm s-
switching.
dude, I'm setting up the
This
server,
is a
brother.
raw moment.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god.
Wait, what the fuck? Why is there so Rammstein uploaded a new music video called Mein Land, and the thumbnail for the video is one of the guys shirtless with a wave in the background. Why the fuck is this in my recommended feed?
Because
YouTube thinks you're into that.
you like dick.
No, I don't.
You
God,
like
that
that.
That needs to become an alert.
You like fucking balls, huh?
You like doing that gawk 3000.
Do you like
Wait,
fucking balls?
Don't you mean the grapefruit technique?
God, the grapefruit technique.
The grapefruit technique. It burns. The grapefruit technique.
Wait, you've tried it?
No.
Who? Okay. Then why'd you
I
say
know
it
somebody
burns?
who has.
Oh, okay.
I know somebody who
I thought-
has.
I thought.
Who has the who has
All right.
what
so
am I
they
trying
were
to
a
say?
lone,
Who
so they were
has-
a lonely, edgy boy, right? They were
okay,
lonely
hold
as
on. Who has that little amount of brain cells that they stick their dick in a citrus fruit? Like,
I know 5 people who do that.
God.
What?
Really
Why?
fucking lonely.
What?
That is amazing.
I know so many dumb people. It's weird.
That makes sense.
Tell them to watch
Yeah,
this
I'm
video
a-
called Common Sense. Up,
I mean, we
down.
live in America.
I can
Right.
text him now.
Brandon,
Don't stick their
Brandon,
dick in citrus.
Brandon, if they're that dumb, they still wouldn't understand common sense. Let's be
Don't
honest.
watch this video.
Even if there was an
Brandon
instructional
literally,
video for it.
Brandon literally hit them with the. Brandon literally hit them with the up, left, right, BA select start cheat code. Don't
Up,
stick
down,
your.
down, left, right.
Shut
left,
the
right,
fuck up,
BA.
Karmar. Let me finish my
No.
thing.
Okay.
Brandon literally hit them with the up, down, left, right, BA select start. Don't stick your dick in citrus. This is the cheat code to be successful in life.
Don't stick your dick in citrus.
Don't
This is how
stick
you
your
find
dick in
success on
citrus.
Twitch. Don't stick your dick in citrus.
It's the Konami code
Oh my
for your
God.
penis.
Up, down, left, right. Wait, how do you go up twice?
Up, down, down.
Oh, there's gonna be so many great compilations.
Oh my god. All
Oh
right.
my god, Dom's stuttering compilation.
Which, by the way, is coming to a YouTube channel near you soon.
God, I need to finish.
Which
Dom's
also,
stuttering comp.
Ryan, you are not including all of those clips that you did
Yeah, no, we're
in
not.
one compilation.
No,
Absolutely
there's
not.
no fucking
No, there's
way.
no way.
Too many.
I know. I'm fully
Too
aware
many.
of that.
Okay.
I also looked at them and like half of them are just random bullshit. But
No.
whatever.
Excuse me.
What are the good
Um,
moments?
If I get on more podcast, I am going to be surprised if there's not a Dom stuttering compilation. So
Guys, can I say something?
Yeah, what's up, Jay?
yes,
So I've been playing this game called Call of Duty World at War. It's an old game,
Yeah.
and it's a World War II Call of Duty game.
we all know what Call of
And
World War.
obviously, since you're playing on an old game, everyone there is going to be a veteran. Like me and
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
they've
yeah.
been playing this game since it came out, so they're really good at it and take it seriously.
Yeah.
So you know what I
Too
do?
seriously?
What?
I equip the bazooka
Oh,
and grenades, and I just go around and kamikaze people. I've been pissing people
good at one thing on Call of Duty, it's pissing people off.
God,
Like,
that's
literally
amazing.
Oh.
getting a bazooka, just shoot
That's like the
everyone.
equivalent of NW2, like noob tubing.
Yeah,
with like
exactly.
the dual akimbo shotgun.
WM1
Do you know,
Pyro.
Tony, do you know what that's the equivalent to?
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
John Cena.
But yeah, I've been
Fucking
doing
Are fucking-
Malphite
I've
shows
been
up.
pissing people off so
Oh,
much.
dude, no, dude, I just remember from I think it was from some of the Minecraft mod packs.
Yeah.
You know how there's charged creepers, right?
The what?
You know how there's like charged creepers, right?
Yeah.
There's creepers called John Cena creepers.
Oh my god.
Oh
and
my
when
god.
They, and when they are about to explode, they just say, "And his name is John Cena." And when they blow up, it's music. But the explosion is so fucking massive. It's bigger than a charged creeper explosion. It's insane.
Jesus Christ.
You guys remember Cookie Creepers, that mod for Minecraft?
Oh,
No.
dude, no elemental creepers. I was actually
Entire biomes were destroyed by
dude.
the
Yeah.
Cena
Nuke
creeper.
Creeper. Kim Jong Creeper.
Oh my fucking god.
Kim Jong's creeper is just and never blows up. It just never it just
I was afraid it would have gone to the one.
and then it just dies.
dies.
It's just a firecracker. That's all it is.
That sounds like edging to me.
Oh my god, Tony, what the fuck? Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Oh wow, wow.
Anyways,
wow.
so we're gonna be doing a creepypasta pretty
Creepypasta.
soon. So
Yeah, Brandon, can
if
you
you-
bring up the fireplace for me? Because you choose
Yes.
the
Did I
correct
bring
one.
up the fire? Yes, I will bring
and,
up the fire.
and while they're doing that, if
Oh.
you guys want to go get a quick snack or something that you can make yourself comfortable with while listening to this, it's gonna be a longer one than normal. And yeah, you know.
Also,
stay comfy.
I just got reminded
we
of a
still have
story.
that donation going on,
We
Yes,
do.
we do have the charity still going on.
which
Eric, do you wanna
ends
talk about that?
tomorrow.
Does end tomorrow.
Has anyone actually donated yet?
Nope.
Well,
Zero.
it's about change. 1 second.
I just got reminded of a story.
Tony just donates all $100.
Please don't.
I wish I could stream my game right now, man. This is so freaking funny.
I just got reminded of a story that happened in my class.
Well, we're gonna have to save it for next podcast because we're about to get into the creepypasta. Brandon, where's that fire?
The fire is right here.
Brandon, just stream it.
Fire.
I'm gonna stream like my actual fireplace.
Get in
No.
match and
No.
Don't stream your actual fireplace.
There we go.
Thank you.
Nice.
Alright.
You know, we
Play
can
for
start.
an hour and point.
Ding.
We didn't start the fire. It was always,
always burning.
burning. DMCA is
God,
gonna get us.
I
Friday.
swear to God, guys, if you don't shut the fuck up.
Me?
No.
Yeah, I
Ryan.
made a DMCA joke, alright?
Color key. There we go. Alright. If I get DMCA'd for that. I probably
Get
won't.
DMCA, I'll pay you $50.
Yeah, I doubt you will.
It was
What,
too.
$8?
I think it was too shitty for it to get DMCA'd.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. If you
Alright.
don't sing it right, you can't EMCA'd.
If you get DMCA'd, I will
All right. Well, we're gonna
$8.
get going into this creepypasta right now.
I'm
So-
gonna mute myself.
Yeah.
So that would be very helpful.
Hey, Eric,
Goodbye.
is there a notification for these, by the way?
What do you mean?
Is there a notification for the?
There should be. I don't think there is.
Well, that sucks.
Yep. All right.
All right. Well,
Well-
story time.
Story time indeed. Jay and Ryan, go ahead, mute yourselves.
I can't.
I already did.
Mute me?
What?
I just my
You just
Discord,
ended your stream.
He just
my Discord,
actually,
my
he
Discord
actually
glitched out all of a sudden.
Okay.
I gotta redo that.
Great. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this one was recommended to me to read tonight by Brandon Pfister. Welcome to Creepypasta by the Fire. I believe this is number 5. I hope you enjoy this one. Get right into the story. This creepypasta is called Our Time Is Almost Up, They Are Coming Back. Billions of years ago, before mankind ever existed on Earth, the universe was ruled by a race of powerful, malevolent creatures of evil and horror, beyond the human comprehension. They were known as the Dark Ones. They reigned supreme throughout the universe for countless eons, torturing and subjugating all other races that feared them. Until the Wise Ones came from beyond the furthest stars to engage them in battle. The Wise Ones, beings of light and wisdom and reason. The war between the Dark Ones and the Wise Ones lasted for millennia. But at last, the Wise Ones were victorious. The defeated Dark Ones were banished to a realm of darkness. And then the Wise Ones sealed the portal before leaving our universe, ascending back to their world beyond the stars. I know all this because I was a research scientist stationed at a remote outpost in the barren, frozen wastes of Antarctica. Part of an archaeological expedition assigned by a university, I won't say which, to study the natural history of the vast, desolate ice continent. 8 months ago, my team made an astounding discovery. In the heart of the trans-Antarctic mountains, the ruins of what we had at first believed to be that of an ancient civilization, older than any previously known to have existed. Over the next few months, our research revealed that the ruins were not of human construct. Analysis of soil and mineral samples taken from the buildings during the preliminary investigation revealed something beyond belief. They were at least 500 million years old, from the Paleozoic era at latest. To put it in perspective, the earliest progenitors of the human race are believed to only be around 6 million years old. Modern humans, as we know them, have only existed for around 200,000 years. And the earliest known civilization is only around 6,000 years. To say we were amazed by would be an understatement. We had found the remains of a prehistoric, pre-human civilization that had been here long before we had, long before the earliest organism had emerged from the ocean to evolve into the primates that were our distant ancestors. We had made not just a scientific history, but all forms of history. Proof that different species had once existed and had dominated the world before we had. We were ecstatic, convinced we had made the most earth-shattering find of all time. One that was going to radically change what we thought of the distant past of our planet. We were going to be famous. We revealed our find to the president of the university back home, and he told us to keep quiet and not to reveal one word to the public until we had collected more data. His concern was understandable, given the massive impact this was going to have on civilization when we finally broke the news. We postulated that in the distant past, when what was now Antarctica had still been part of the supercontinent Gondwana, the region had been much warmer and inhabitable. Then, when Antarctica broke away, roughly 180 million years ago, and the continent began to freeze, its inhabitants had died off, leaving the ruins of their civilization behind. We continued our investigation of the ruins. Then, just over 4 months ago, on our last expedition to the site, we made another significant find. The mostly buried entrance to an underground structure. We cleared away the debris, and 6 of us entered. Our flashlights and headlamps revealed that we were at the top of an enormous subterranean chamber that resembled a silo, with a narrow stone stairway that spiraled down to the bottom. Even more incredible, the walls were covered with inscriptions. We studied them carefully as we cautiously descended to the bottom of the chamber. The inscriptions were a strange cross between ancient pictographs and Egyptian hieroglyphs. Bizarre symbols none of us could comprehend the meaning of. Interspersed with drawings that we found somewhat disturbing. Strange-looking creatures, some that resembled a cross between octopuses and dinosaurs. They were enormous, with scaly bodies and claws, but also tentacles. Some that looked like a cross between spiders and scorpions, with many multi-jointed limbs and huge stingers protruding above their rears. Some that didn't look like anything I could even compare them to. They were beyond description, and they all had red eyes and huge mouths lined with giant fangs, multiple mouths all over their bodies. Rankin, the linguistics and cryptology expert of the team, immediately set about documenting the inscriptions, recording them with the camera he brought along. Meanwhile, we continued our descent. The structure was much taller than we had first guessed. The stairs just kept going down into darkness. Then we became aware of something. Illumination. A barely perceptible sense of light, coming from down below. The further down we went, the brighter it got. Soon, we no longer needed our flashlights. When we finally reached the bottom, I estimate we were about 400 feet below the surface. We just stopped and stood, staring around, transfixed in awe. We were speechless. The bottom of the circular chamber was about 50 yards in diameter. It was lit with a soft yellow glow. 8 devices stood against the wall, positioned to form a circle. Devices. Technological constructions. They were rectangular and standing upright, resembling refrigerators, about 8 feet tall, 3 feet wide. They were made out of a highly polished silver metal. The source of the glow were the narrow beams of radiant yellow light, like laser beams, that were emanating from 2 of the devices, which I will refer to as units, which were humming at a low and steady rate, still functioning. The other 6 units were silent and appeared to be dead. Incredulous, we turned our attention to what lay in the exact center of the room, which the 2 functioning horizontal light beams were focused upon. Looking at it, I felt a sudden, irrational feeling of overwhelming terror and hopelessness. It resembled a ball of blackness, suspended in the air about 3 feet above the ground. It was probably about 6 feet in diameter. The blackness was moving. It was shimmering. It shimmered and rippled and undulated constantly, looking like oily, dark water. The blackness wasn't natural. It was the antithesis of not just light, but existence itself. Blackness that was blacker than the heart of every murderer and sadist that ever lived. It was evil. That's the only way I can describe it. Looking at it, I felt like it was sentient and looking right back at me, into the core of my soul, threatening to devour me and corrupt every good dream and feeling of joy and love and peace I had ever experienced. It wanted to consume the better nature of my being until there was nothing left but blackness, like itself. It terrified me, in a way I couldn't even describe to myself. I only glanced at it for a few seconds, then I turned away, unable to bear anymore. My colleagues must have experienced that same thing, because they also quickly averted their eyes and pointedly faced away from the dark mass. We began to examine the units against the wall. Jennings tried to touch one of the 2 active ones, but his hand was repelled by an invisible force. There was some kind of barrier, force field, around the 2 units, protecting them. Feldman, our tech expert and engineer, began to inspect one of the 6 units that was surmised and broken down. None of these still had working force fields, he told us. It didn't appear to be mounted or fixed in place, and it suggested that we tried removing it and hauling it back to the surface so he could examine it more thoroughly at our camp. But when we tried, we found that even with the 6 of us pulling our combined weight, we could not so as much budge the oblong bulk a single inch. It must have weighed at least a ton or more. By the end, it was getting dark, and the already frigid Antarctic temperature was rapidly dropping. With some reluctance, we assented to return to the surface and returned the next day for a more in-depth investigation. We carried a crazy kind of excitement. This changed things drastically. We had discovered an ancient, yet apparently highly advanced technology that had belonged to a long-vanished non-human race. A technology that was still operational after God only knew how many millions of years. These beings hadn't been a primitive society. They possessed a highly sophisticated science that was far beyond our own. On the walk back to the top of the structure, to the temporary camp we had set up outside, we speculated wildly on our discovery and what it could possibly be. Feldman was of the opinion that it might be some form of power generator or reactor, with an undulating black mass acting as its core. This opened all kinds of possibilities, not just for us, but the future of mankind. If we could dismantle one of the defunct units, it would be possible to study it, perhaps reverse engineer its design, a technology that would generate a power source that could last for millions of years. I had trouble falling asleep in my tent that night. So great was my excitement. Over the next few weeks, we returned to the underground chamber every day to collect more data. Rankin continued to document the inscriptions etched into the stone circumference as the structure of the structure, while we assigned Feldman in his study of the dead units, all of us ignoring the mysterious black ball that was hanging in the air in the middle of the chamber. The dark, shimmering mass that filled us with such irrational dread whenever we glimpsed at it. During the second week, something happened. We noticed that one of the two working light beams, for lack of a better term, had grown substantially weaker and slimmer than its counterpart, while the other beam had maintained its solidness and diameter, which we measured to be exactly 38 millimeters, about that of a silver dollar. This one was now only 24 millimeters, about a diameter of a quarter, and no longer shone with the same strong luminous quality we had observed when we first entered the space. Also, we noted the unit that evidently produced the beam was no longer generating a smooth, steady, low hum, but instead had begun to produce a discordant rumbling, not unlike the sound of an automotive engine badly in need of maintenance. It was unmistakable, the sound of machinery beginning to fail. Over the next few days, the faltering beam grew increasingly dim and weak, until it was no thicker than a strand of hair. Its once bright glow now reduced to infinitesimal and nearly indiscernible yellow flicker like a filament of a dying light bulb. One night, about 5 days after we learned the light beam was failing, we were all awakened by a most unusual phenomena. The ground was shaking beneath us with a low, threatening rumble. It was an earthquake. A not unheard of, but still remarkably rare occurrence in Antarctica. Rare enough to garner our surprise and concern. We grouped up outside our tents in sub-zero darkness, each of us looking to the other with wide-eyed alarm. After about 10 minutes, the shaking stopped, and the ground was still. We returned to our tents, all worried that perhaps the quake had potentially damaged the structure, or perhaps obstructed it in some way to prevent us from continuing our research. To our immense relief, when we returned the next day, we discovered the chamber was apparently unharmed by the upheaval of the night before. Duval was the first to notice that the failing beam had finally winked out and its unit had fallen silent. Robertson commented that perhaps the earthquake had finished the job of stilling and faltering machinery. We resumed our inspection of the chamber and the unit. After 3 weeks, and much probing and tinkering, Feldman finally discovered a means to disassemble one of the dead units. With our assistance, he was able to remove the outer frame of the device and display its internal components. What he saw left him baffled. He studied the complex-looking constituents that lay therein in much depth and told us at length he couldn't make heads or tails of what he was seeing. He suggested he dismantle the components of the unit and take them back with us so he could study them in much more better equipped facilities of the laboratory back at the main installation, which would be far more suitable for his purpose. We agreed. It had nearly been a month by then, and we had pretty well collected all the data we could at that point. Rankin had finished documenting the etchings of our supplies. And our supplies were running low. We universally agreed it was time to return from the outpost. I called for our pilot, Nash, on the radio unit, had brought with us, and we waited up top with our gear for the helicopter to arrive. After 2 hours, we finally heard the unmistakable sound of its approach. Nash ferried the 6 of us back to the compound, and the rest of the team greeted us with the hero's welcome, listening enthralled them as we recounted our latest discovery. Feldman showed them the disassembled components he had brought back with us. The reaction was one of disbelief. By then, the Antarctic winter was setting in, and the sunlight was steadily diminishing daily. We decided that further exploration of the ruins would not be safely feasible until the following spring. It didn't really matter. We had already collected a wealth of data, enough to keep us all occupied until then. We decided to bunker down in our outpost and begin analyzing our finds. Fieldman set about studying the strange apparatus we had recovered from the chamber, and Rankin began the arduous task of transcribing the wall's etchings and painstakingly attempting to decipher their meaning with the aid of his computer. The next 2 months passed without incident. We went about our tedious, routine daily tasks, fighting the growing sense of isolation and boredom that comes with being confined in an Antarctic shelter for months on end as the polar winter raged outside. The only thing I noticed that struck me as peculiar was Rankin's seemingly abrupt change in mood. About a month after we had returned to the base, his usual affable, outgoing demeanor shifted. Suddenly, he became sullen and withdrawn, keeping mostly to himself during our leisure time and not joining us in our normal recreational activities. He seldom spoke, and when pressed to do so, his answers were short and absent-minded, as if his mind was preoccupied on something else. He began to lose weight and grow pale and disheveled, and the rest of us began to fear for his well-being. We wondered if he was spending too much time poring over his inscriptions and computer, and were concerned that he was so engrossed with his endeavor that he was exhausting himself both mentally and physically. Carlyle suggested that perhaps it was cabin fever setting in. Regardless, we all agreed we needed to keep an eye on him and in case his condition worsened. Then a month ago, a horror began. That afternoon, Feldman summoned the whole team to his lab. He was utterly confounded. He admitted to us that after weeks of attempting to analyze the components of the cryptic device, he had been unsuccessful in his endeavor to understand how the unit worked or even what purpose its individual parts served. It went all completely over his head. A technology so intricate and radically advanced it baffled the mind. All he could determine was that the material it was constructed from was unlike steel or any metallic alloy he could identify. He suggested that after we returned to civilization, we should send a unit back to a better better outfitted scientific institutions where perhaps someone else would have more luck in breaking its enigma. But we were all dubious that they would stand any better a chance than he had. Feldman was one of the most skilled and insightful technical engineers I had met in the course of my career, at least. I spotted Rankin standing near the back of the room as Feldman finished speaking. I was greatly alarmed by what I saw. His eyes were wide and seemed to express a look of hopeless doom and despair. His face was tense, with concern, or perhaps fear. His hands kept snapping compulsively into fists. Troubled, I filed out of the lab with the others, resolved that tomorrow I would confront Rankin and query him on the source of his distress. But I never got the chance. That night, I was awakened in my quarters by a sound that sent horror coursing through my veins, and to my heart like a shot of adrenaline. A distant scream, high and wavering, a sound of pure animalistic agony and terror that slowly faded into a weak groan. Jumping up, I frantically rifled through the contents of my dresser until I found the pistol I kept there. Leaving my quarters, cautiously made my way down the hall to where the scream had originated. As I passed the quarters of my compatriots, I beheld a bloodbath. Their doors all stood open, and each room had been transformed into an abattoir. My teammates appeared to have all been slaughtered in their sleep, their corpses sprawled across their beds in a gruesome repose. Slater, Jennings, Whitnam, Duval, Feldman, and all the others. I arrived at the end of the hall and stepped into the large recreational room in the center of the installation. There, I beheld a grisly sight. Nash, the helicopter pilot, was crawling across the floor, leaving a trail of blood, with his intestines dragging behind him. Rankin, his eyes wild, a frenzied look of pure insanity on his face, was following after him with a fire axe. Both it and he splattered with fresh blood. I stood there transfixed in the shock of macabre tableau, distantly realizing that Nash's quarters were adjacent to my own. At the end of the corridor, the madman Jenkins had been methodically slipping into our rooms one by one as he made his way down the hall, butchering us as we slumbered, defenseless and unaware of the danger. Something must have altered Nash, and he had tried to escape. If not for his scream to warn me of the threat, I would surely have been next. Nash noticed me in the recreation room doorway like a statue and began crawling in my direction, his bloody trail reaching his bloody hand up to me in supplication, a desperate, pleading expression on his pained features. Behind him, the lunatic Rankin hoisted the axe high with his teeth bared in rictus of concentration and swung down into the prone figure's skull. There was sickening crunch of bone and blood and brain matter splattered the wall. Rankin looked up, seeing me, and began to wrench the axe free from Nash's skull. Snapping out of my stupor, I remembered the pistol in my hand, and I raised it quickly, firing instinctively. The shot took Rankin in the chest, and he stumbled back, dropping the axe and collapsing to the floor, groaning. I approached him slowly, keeping a cautious distance, the gun still aimed on him. I found my voice, and I stammered out, "Why?" He looked at me, and sanity and reason seemed to return to his eyes, even as his life was rapidly fading from his body. He was shot through the heart, dying quickly. His voice was weak but calm. I was doing them a favor. It's better this way. Better for all of us, all of humanity, to die before they come back. I stared at him dumbly. They? I translated the inscriptions almost 2 months ago. I know what they mean. It's more awful than you could even imagine. He looked at me with a beseeching expression. Please, Travis, read my notebooks. You'll understand. And then you'll wish you had let me kill you. He groaned, and his head fell back. He had died. Stunned, in shock by what just transpired, I let the pistol fall from my grip and staggered out of the room, distantly realizing that I was all alone in the station. The rest of my team, dead. The only sound was the gale force Antarctic winds howling around the compound outside. I started the emergency radio. Intending to contact the authorities at McMurdo Station and notify them of the situation to request for help. But I stopped before I reached it, hesitating. I changed my course and headed back down the hallway to the sleeping quarters. I went to Rankin's room and I entered. It was in shambles. The bedsheets were in disarray and stank. It didn't smell as if Rankin had changed them or paid any attention to his personal hygiene for weeks. Trash littered the floor, and the walls were covered with nightmarish drawings done by Rankin's own hand. Hideous, bestial abominations that bore a distinct resemblance to those I had seen etched on the wall of the underground chamber. I saw 3 composition notebooks atop Rankin's cluttered desk. He sat in his chair, opened the topmost one, and began to read his handwriting. I read for over 3 hours. Then I slumped back, putting my face in my hands, fighting to contain a wail of soul-rendering terror and anguish that threatened to rise up from deep within my throat. Rankin was right. I did understand. I understood everything. And it was much worse than anything I could have conjured in my worst nightmare. I read of the Dark Ones and the Wise Ones, their war, the Dark Ones' eventual defeat and subsequent exile to the realm of darkness. The portal of the Wise Ones had sealed before leaving our universe for their world beyond the stars. The portal that had been sealed with 8 force barriers. The portal that my team had stumbled upon here on our own planet. Etchings had been left as a warning to anyone who should find the chamber, which had a sort of prison, which had been a sort of prison. The dark, shimmering mass of blackness was akin to a cell, and the 8 energy beams had acted like bars sealing the cell. The wise ones had been beings of incredible wisdom and science, but they hadn't been gods or immortals. They had merely been a highly advanced race, eons more evolved than ours. And the force beams that sealed the portal, that unholy, godless, black mass in the center of the chamber, were not magic. They had unbelievable longevity, enough to sustain them for untold millions, if not billions, of years. But they had still been mere mortal technology. Alien technology that was eons more developed than our own. A technology so advanced that even our best scientific minds have no way to replicate or repair it, let alone understand it. Once there had been 8 barriers, but over the ages, the centuries and millennia that had passed beyond number, they weakened and degraded as technology will. Till only one beam, one bar, if you will, remained to hold the cell shut. The cell was the doorway from the realm of darkness to our own. Perhaps the wise ones were aware that those beams were only temporary means of containing the dark ones, and intended to return to our world to replace or repair them when the time came. But that was hundreds of millions of years ago, and sharing the inevitable fate of all mortal species, their race is doubtlessly long since extinct. I have no way of knowing how long that last energy barrier will remain to seal the portal. It could hold for another 100 years, for another 1,000, maybe a millennia. But from the perspective of existence, our time has grown short. Eventually, it will break like the others. The portal will reopen, and they will return, the original rulers of the universe, to reclaim the world that was once theirs. And there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing that can save us. Nowhere we can escape to. I radioed for help, telling them Rankin had gone berserk. Apparently due to claustrophobia owing to our long confinement at the base. After about 2 weeks, an emergency evac helicopter arrived to take me back home. I returned to the States and resigned from my position at the university. I told the president that the earthquake had sealed the chamber and that all of our data had been destroyed by Rankin during the crazed rampage. I didn't tell anyone else about our discovery in Antarctica. The ruins, or the chamber, or the portal, or Rankin's notebooks. Who would believe me? And what good would it do? What good would it do to warn them, even if they did believe me? There's nothing any of us can do. Still, I feel I must share this tale with someone, anyone. Anyone who will listen to it. I decided to post this on a forum for others like me, with stories that most will find hard to believe, if not outright insane or ridiculous. I write this not as a warning, but merely a plea to embrace however much time we have left, to make the most of life while we can. I watch the news religiously, fearing that any day I would hear of an earthquake in the Antarctic Circle. an earthquake that will signify the last light beam has gone out. Time is running out. Hey, back. That's it.
Dear Lord,
That
That was long.
fucking long.
that
Yeah,
was
too long.
insane.
It was
Eric,
long but quite entertaining.
it was
Yeah.
really good, but you read like you were having a stroke, or you just had a stroke.
It was Franklin.
There were so many French words.
I can imagine.
I was
Eric, did
like,
you appreciate us busting out Bon Jovi in chat?
no, I fucking blocked chat because it kept fucking with me reading.
John Bon Jovi, let's go.
No, in that case, it's just Bon Jovi.
I was thinking y'all were spitting out some lyrics. What happened
we
in
were.
chat?
When you said the one dude was shot in the heart,
Shot
or
in
shot
the
through,
Oh my god.
or shot through the heart.
I jumped on that. I jumped on that.
Shot
so
through the
quickly.
heart. Buddy.
DMCA.
Don't worry, my
If Eric
singing's
is
Brandon,
bad enough.
DMCA'd, I will pay him for
Please.
$50.
Alright.
Don't do it.
It was really hard to read that because the entire time I had to take a piss.
It just kept going.
It kept
Yeah.
going. My voice was tired, and I'm like, fuck. There's literally no pauses, no breaks that are good for me to take a sip of water.
Just
Like-
say. Just say. Give me a second,
probably
I'm
should
gonna
have
take
sent you
water.
something shorter.
This is when you make breaks.
But hey,
So-
that
It's
was
fine.
good.
It was
That was a good final creepypasta.
I'd say
yeah.
so.
Mhm.
All
Yeah,
right.
the aliens
So-
are coming, boys.
It's not the aliens,
Fucking
it's the
aliens.
dark ones.
Yo, guys,
Brandon.
dark ones are coming.
Brandon,
All
is
right.
that revolved around like Cthulhu mythos?
Yeah, it's Cthulhu.
I
You can tell.
probably.
Well, let's see. Tentacles, check.
Cthulhu.
Mouths,
Kinky.
check.
Dude,
Claws,
when
scales,
Dude,
check.
when the dark
Shove
Also
ones,
kinky.
when the dark ones come, the Eagles are gonna be having a fucking hell of a time.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god.
Conspiracy theorists are gonna be
Alright,
bugging out.
alright guys,
Chubby.
say your final words.
Tomorrow we have a Halloween stream.
We do.
for
We
our
should come
plays.
watch it. Join the Discord.
You should. Eric,
Tomorrow's
explain to them what we're doing tomorrow night.
Tomorrow we will be playing World of Horror, which is a choice-based horror game, adventure, whatever. Basically, I'm gonna be playing it, but these guys are gonna be making the dumbass decisions that probably will lead to our
Say,
deaths.
us dumbasses are going to be making the decisions for you.
So, good luck.
Yeah, I'll need it.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, that's gonna be even worse. The man who welded his own arm is gonna be making decisions for me.
Hey, it was an accident, and I didn't actually just weld my own arm.
No, you totally welded your own arm.
Sure.
He wanted to be Iron Man so bad that he welded his own arm.
We used tin. We used tin for our binding agent.
Punk a fucking
Bruh.
DMC will get ass banned.
All right, guys. Say your final words. Say your final words all at once. Go ahead.
My name Craig.
All right, thank you
Hit
guys.
that notification bell.
All right. Thank you all for watching the Late Night Hearth. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube. And remember, you will always have a home right here at the Hearth. Thank you very much. See you guys next time.